Hey there, this is Dazed or Blazed with Controller Corner, and today I'm bringing you the Outer Worlds. I decided to put a video together to show how I completed the game on Supernova difficulty without too much trouble. So we'll get that going. Okay, as for the build, I'm sure people have a lot of ideas about what they think is best. For how I did it, this is what we're going to want to do. The reason being is it gets your one gun, at least handgun, to unlock the TTD effect without having to put any points into it, which means it'll be easier for us to control enemies as the player character from the start of the game. In the method we're going to use, the player character won't be actually killing most of the enemies. We're going to use companions. We're just going to control them using these hit effects so that they're easier to kill. Now, your main points are going to go into dialogue, stealth, tech, and leadership. So for now, we're going to put our two extra point things here into leadership and stealth. The reason being this will let us open and hack pretty much everything from the start of the game. And then leadership companions are going to be doing our heavy lifting, so that's why on that. For aptitude, I'm sure people have a lot of ideas. I recommend persuade just because it's a little low with this build at the beginning of the game. We're just going to use regular guy here. He'll be under a helmet. It doesn't really matter since we're just showing what's going on here. We'll call him Daze. That's good enough. So here's your build for how we're gonna do this. Gonna skip stuff just for the sake of moving it along. Same with conversations, except I'll try to remember to show ones that are actually important to leading where we're going.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
I recommend you loot everything possible, as there are going to be 2 nav keys we are going to want to buy when we get to the Groundbreaker. Sidebar, this guide assumes you've played the game before, so there will be spoilers at times. I'll try to be light, but some things will require explanation.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. Bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you've tried the...
Make sure to hit those medical, engineering, etc. so that you get XP whenever possible.
Just barely. See those canisters by the entrance?
This build assumes you're gonna persuade most of the time.
Yes, nailed it that time.
Since we'll pretty much exclusively be using a pistol for now, you can sell your other ammo as a last resort, or hang on to it if you want.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell?
Be careful at this part, since we're gonna be a little vulnerable. Here's where that controlling thing I mentioned comes in handy. You may you've noticed the food, water, sleep bars. Food and water are easy enough to take care of. You can get it out of vending machines and it's lying all over the place. The bigger problem comes from sleep, especially here at the beginning. You can only sleep on the ship, but you can't open the ship where the bedroom is until after you get the power back on. So I'm sure you can see where that could present difficulty, since technically you can die from not sleeping, but you won't get even close, so don't worry about it too much, but we'll hurry things on. With weapons and armor, mostly going to want to hold on to certain weapons for your companions and yourself at times, otherwise just junk them. With armor, you're going to want to hold on to things that up your skills so that you have one that ups as many skills as possible, just in case you need a little extra boost for skill checks. With consumables, you're going to want to make sure you hold on to things that count as food and water. Alcohol does not count as water. Anything that does natural health is food. I don't have any water right now. I'll have to show one. But right now, sleep is the one you can't really do anything about. So just keep that in mind, because it will bring your skills down various amounts, and at level 4 you die. Or 5, I'm not sure. But I know that when it gets down, you die.
Get over here before you get yourself killed. Don't know what gulp. I'd slap him with a... You want... I just... You know.
Let's go ahead and let them handle these guys. You're not gonna get most of the experience unless you really want to try to pick off ones.
I just earned a fine bonus.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Hello, please. Jettison pursuit. You are still here. I am incapable of accepting. I am programmed to take orders exclusive. Well, the main drive's power astutely observed. High capacity. I have taken this cartridge. Best of luck.
Okay, so with skills and perks, I touched on this a bit, but I recommend you go 2 dialogue, 2 stealth, 2 tech, 4 leadership. For your first perk, I recommend 50% from companion kills, since they'll be doing most of the heavy lifting.
I suppose everything.
Hold on to that light assault rifle for now.
Help yourself. No, really. If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 Workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure... And if this ship is your... Oh, Michael. Edgewater's not too far... Now, if you'll...
Fighting these 3 guys here can get a little hairy, so feel free to try to skip it if you like. We'll do some side quests now, including this guy.
Ain't safe out here. Please, name's Silas. Junior Inhuman. If you've got business, yeah? But you'd be wrong. Work's been real good to me. Forward, he just is. Conrad, you'll find him.
Go ahead and loot this place while we're out here. I don't know if that's always a plasma rifle. I don't feel like I've ever seen a plasma rifle there. Use that give that to your companion. If that's what's in there. If it's not, I'll explain what to do. There's a good way to get an electric weapon, which is good against where we're gonna have to go up here for the main part of the story here. But if you do get a plasma rifle there, hang on to it. If you get an assault rifle there, I don't feel like that was there either, so I thought treasure had seemed the same, but maybe not. I've been through the game a few times and I don't feel like it had ever changed before. So right now, the plan is that assault rifle, we're going to turn it into an electric weapon. Hold on to the plasma too as a backup for now. Or to give our second companion when we get him if we don't have anything better by then. Oh, there's a electric thing too if you want to make sure to hold on to that. Do a quick sweep of the town here and pick up some side quests. Then grab Parvati and we'll head out from there.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
Ignore the cannery for now, my bad. Took a wrong turn, should have went this way. Also ignore Max for now. We'll stop back around with Parvati.
It's not the best choice. Music to my ear.
Even though that's pretty good, don't buy it for now. We can get one free easily later. Many, actually. And we need them credits for other stuff, so
Another day at the
don't worry about it for now.
Please don't. Physical hygiene. You will also report to me in the... as I simply cannot... Tell Silas... Your idea and... You know about Eugene? That... Eugene's... That... I can't. Here.
Stop in here real quick and we can save ourselves a little time also by grabbing this little bundle.
Cannery could use those X-ray.
You can ignore the sick house.
Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be some sort of wandering ape. Sightless, no. It's plague. I'll pay your I need you to... You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Lord. You wanna mingle?
You're making a mistake working for... All I'm... All right. Can't reach out to corporate. That's...
We'll give it to her since she'll pay better.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice. The office is writing a promotion. No, cross them off and bring me their finger. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. I am also obliged to inform you of our referral. Now, I am... Wells is wanted by the board. Any... How... Something else?
Quick stop here in the cannery.
You the new work? Whatever. Make it foreman grade. Because they're not my... If you're... Law... Shame, though. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty not... Suicide's a crime. The legal... In other words, Edge...
One other thing to grab here for the side quest. Which is right here. Now let's grab Parvati.
The grease seems really. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have See, I can't let you have. Go down to the geothermal plant. Speak to their lead. I have. You will need.
What?
Well.
Hey, Miss... Sorry. It's just... To Mr... Life, Mr... I think you should talk to the thing. That's what my...
Okay, so go ahead and give her that assault rifle or any other weapon you made electric. If you don't have a mag to zap yet, there's a guaranteed one that you can get from a side quest we're gonna do here in just a second. But first, let's go talk to Max.
I've always felt weird in here.
He's a companion, in case you don't know.
I so rarely... You... This whole thing... Assuming... No... If you don't... My retrieval effort... It's...
Agree to get his book for now. Okay, first things first. Let's get that guaranteed mag to zap.
You ever swung a truncheon? I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. I'm talking about Oh, when the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you... The scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Go on.
Okay, there'll be a guard in here somewhere at some point. Doesn't really matter if you get caught, but I prefer not to. Here we go. So just steal behind him as he goes, basically, and you'll be good. Now we'll go kill that robot real quick to get the gear zap if you need it, as well as experience. Now if you don't have Parvati already equipped with an electric weapon, then be extra careful. Also, I recommend setting your companions to ranged, as it's easier to keep them alive. Should be no problem if you have an electric weapon. If you don't, you're gonna have to just try to keep it crippled and stuff, and blind while she kills it. Also, something I probably should have mentioned earlier, though you can't save wherever you want, and you can't fast travel much, you can fast travel to the landing site and your ship, and it'll do an autosave where you're at, not at the ship, so that's a really good way of saving before you fight anything. Now we'll make one other small side trip to get the Vicar's book real quick, so that we can get him to join us as soon as possible after the power plant. We don't want to fight all these guys right now. It could be done, probably, but it's better to just sneak in this back way here. I guess technically there's one other small side trip here. We gotta get the book, but it's in a cave on the way, kinda, so don't do that. Go back the way we came. So, our first experience with thirst here. It'll make your stuff go down. Anything that does mind attributes +1 counts as a drink. Once again, not alcohol, even though it should, kinda, I think. It doesn't. At this time, maybe they'll change that. Okay, so now we'll just go ahead and deliver the message and do the Geothermal Plant, and then we'll wrap up side quests after that. Go back to Ludwig, though, if you don't have the mag to zap. When you turn that quest in, that bundle we picked up in the bathroom has one in it. I don't know if you can open it before. I've never tried. So feel free to try that as well. just a little opinion here. I am kind of disappointed they didn't make the game in a way that you can repair and use combat drones and stuff with your engineering skill. Maybe that would have been a little too easy with companions, but they could have made it count as a companion. So, I don't know, just a side note on my opinion there.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I know. No. No, I appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you. Little ways. Marauder gang, well enough to know we never got. She was lit. What it?
If I run by a door, it probably means that it's just not
Did the tubes get in your way?
worth doing, or there's a person in there and that makes it harder to rob.
You mean Zoe?
Careful about stealing in here. I've had that guy get up and go and look in there when you're in there. Sometimes he doesn't. I don't really know. Also, I've had him come and see me steal that poster, so be careful about that. You don't need the poster, but it's a way you can get her to come back. There isn't too much important stuff here anyways. Another side quest from this kid for the manuals.
Oh,
Now we'll speak to Adelaide real quick.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to live. Whatever your troubles with it. Are you staying long? Let's hear it. Can't you think about it? We'd be liberating an entire...
For your second perk, companion crit chance, maybe. To toss up between that and time dilation stuff. I'm gonna go with recharge rate just so I can control enemies a little easier for now. You can get to the geothermal plant faster that way, but there's a bunch of mines. It's kind of annoying. I'd rather just go this way. Once again, it's pretty much imperative that you have a electric weapon before you do this part. On Supernova, it really matters whether you have weakness stuff or not. Especially against the robots, because they have heavy armor, so regular guns won't do squat unless you freeze time and get up there and shoot them in their little weak point. But since you should have one based on following the guide, that shouldn't be a problem.
All right. Don't mess with us.
Try to engage only one at a time. Sometimes that won't be possible. But try. Don't be afraid to pull back and get yourself into better positions. Alright, and that brings us to the end of part 1. We'll see you at part 2 for the geothermal plant and beyond. Thanks for watching.